Hello friends, today we will be reviewing Constantine. This film is a masterpiece that arrived at the wrong time and place. Constantine was released a full 10 years before comic book movies became popular and garnered a huge fan base. However, despite being an amazing film, it didn't achieve the expected box office success. As a result, moviegoers had to wait 20 years for a sequel. Now let's dive into a few things that make the movie great. One of its biggest strengths is how it draws you into its universe. It makes you forget the world you live in and fully immerses you in its realm. Let's go back to the beginning. A random Mexican man, standing under a dilapidated structure, accidentally discovers a spear and begins walking without saying a word. At this point, the audience knows something is off and starts asking their first questions. Where is he going? And what is he doing? He had found this spear by chance, and while the seeds of curiosity are planted in the viewer's minds, a car suddenly hits him, answering one question while raising new ones. Why did the man start walking? Because he was no longer himself. A being had possessed him. You can tell from how he continues walking, as if nothing had happened after the accident. This is a brilliant example of storytelling. The film answers one question only to immediately pose another. But what possessed him? And where is he headed? By the way, a bit of trivia. According to the original script, the Spear of Destiny was supposed to be found in Istanbul, not Mexico. However, this was canceled due to budget constraints. Finding it in Istanbul, a city so significant in Orthodox and Catholic history, would have been much better, but it is what it is. Additionally, the movie successfully introduces its universe. That previous scene was already a great example of indirect storytelling. But the direct storytelling in the film is also handled well. After all, this is a comic book film set in a fantastical universe, right? And the movie tells this to the audience within the first 5 minutes. First, the man who finds the spear, then an exorcism ritual, and immediately after, a woman in a mental hospital. By the end of the first 15 minutes, even an ordinary viewer understands that the film is set in a world where angels and demons are directly involved. You realize that Constantine is someone who exorcises demons from people, and that the detective is somehow tied to the unfolding events. Remember how I said one of the movie's best features is how it pulls you in? Well, here's another one. Not only does it pull you in, but it also keeps you engaged. Throughout the film, it shows snippets of that Mexican man's journey, keeping you curious. But the movie never fully answers any questions until the end. Because it's telling a big and detailed story, it doesn't overwhelm the audience with information. Instead, it provides a comfortable playing field. It constantly gives hints supported by cinematography. Take the mental hospital scene, for example. The camera is focused on the woman in her bed and follows her movements until a Bible appears at the top center of the frame. The woman then moves toward the door, to the left, and the camera follows her only until the Bible takes center stage. One of the most striking aspects of Constantine is the frequent depiction of heaven and hell as physical places. Heaven is portrayed as the embodiment of pure goodness and peace, while hell is depicted as a place of endless suffering and chaos. Our main character, John Constantine, is someone who has repeatedly visited hell and is trapped between these two realms. The scenes where he enters hell are visually powerful. Hell is designed as a world engulfed in flames. Religious symbols are also used quite prominently in Constantine. Holy crosses, holy water, and spears are presented as powerful weapons against the servants of the devil. These objects play a key role in reinforcing the film's religious undertones. The holy water scenes, in particular, remind us of the significance of baptism and spiritual cleansing in Christianity. Another significant symbol in the film is the Spear of Destiny. This spear, considered sacred because it was used by a Roman soldier during the crucifixion of Jesus, is central to the plot. The film's events begin with the discovery of this spear, and the entire narrative revolves around it. The importance of these sacred objects highlights how deeply religious themes are woven into the film. Throughout the movie, we see various religious rituals. For example, the exorcism scenes are infused with prayers from the Bible and rituals rooted in Christian belief. Constantine reads prayers from the Bible during the exorcisms, further intensifying the film's religious atmosphere. These religious motifs are used everywhere in the film. This way, while the movie subtly ingrains the atmosphere into your subconscious, it simultaneously advances the story. The film effectively uses foreshadowing. For instance, when we learn Constantine has cancer, he says to the doctor, "You saved me once, can't you do it again?" The doctor replies, "20 years ago, you didn't want to be here, and now you don't want to leave." When we first hear this line, we wonder, what is the doctor referring to? Is it the hospital life or something else? Later, we learn that Constantine had previously committed suicide and was dead for 2 minutes. But now he is willing to do anything to stay alive. In my opinion, this is not even the best foreshadowing. The best one is in the scene where that odd man is doing research. A page is shown depicting a woman lying on the ground, a demon emerging from her stomach, and an angel trying to hide the spear of destiny. This picture actually reveals that Gabriel is deeply involved in the events, but we don't fully realize it until the final scene. This is top-tier foreshadowing. Now, let's talk about the performances. Let's start with Tilda Swinton. Tilda Swinton is one of those rare actresses who excels at portraying strong, mystical, supernatural female characters. Just as Leonardo DiCaprio has been typecast as the man who always needs saving, Tilda Swinton often gets cast in these roles. The Chronicles of Narnia, Constantine, Doctor Strange, these are just a few that come to mind. I usually think that if an actor is typecast, it's because they excel at playing that type of character. Let me briefly mention Peter Stormare, who plays Lucifer. He has portrayed the best version of Lucifer I've seen so far. For those unfamiliar, Constantine is set in the DC universe, which means it shares the same universe as characters like Batman and Superman. More importantly, the Lucifer in Constantine is the same one in the Lucifer series on Netflix. However, while Constantine's Lucifer stays true to the classic dark roots of the devil, Netflix's Lucifer caters to a younger audience and is much less grounded. Now, let's not skip over Keanu Reeves. When the film was first announced with Keanu Reeves as the lead, people reacted quite strongly. "How can a dark-haired man play Constantine?" they said. Back then, social media wasn't as widespread, so these reactions weren't as strongly felt. Today, there would probably be much more outrage. But eventually, the film came out, and when people saw Keanu Reeves' performance, all those voices suddenly went silent. And not just silent. If you research this, you'll see that you can't find interviews or articles from those who initially objected. After the film, no one said, "We doubted him, but Keanu did an amazing job." He managed to silence everyone with his performance. Now let's talk about cinematography. This film achieves so many great visual feats that deserve praise. It's already challenging to incorporate heaven and hell into a movie, and translating that into design is even harder. That's why many filmmakers take the easy route and depict hell as a post-apocalyptic version of the world. Unfortunately, this film also took that route, but they compensated with excellent demon designs. I remember watching the movie for the first time and noticing how the demons in Constantine's first trip to hell were quite different from what we had seen before. Constantine isn't just impactful with its visual storytelling. The music also deeply affects the audience. The music in Constantine, composed by talented artists like Brian Tyler and Klaus Badelt, complements the dark, gothic atmosphere of the film. The low-frequency, tense tones used in the hell scenes, in particular, pull the viewer right into that dark world. From the opening scene, the music creates a sense of both fear and curiosity. From the very first notes, you feel as if you're stepping into an unknown world. These soundtracks do more than serve as background noise. They amplify the intensity of the scenes. If you've seen the movie, you probably remember the impact the music left on you. It's one of the key elements that make the film unforgettable and helps deliver the story's emotions to the audience. All right, friends, we've come to the end of our deep dive into the Constantine movie. In this video, we explored this cult film from 2005 and its unique world. I hope this review of the characters, music, and atmosphere has given you a better understanding of the Constantine universe. Finally, thank you for watching and for diving into the Constantine universe with me. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What are your opinions on the Constantine movie? Which scenes impacted you the most? And what lessons did you take from this dark world? Until next time, take care and don't let the darkness consume you.